Welcome to the High Achieving Female Podcast, powered by Know, where we believe high achieving female leaders deserve to be known. Here, you're going to get the tips, tools, and inspiration you need to network, grow, scale, and balance your business, career, and life.
Hello, I am Candace Yaeger. I am an award-winning executive coach, a TEDx speaker, community cultivator, nonprofit founder, renewable energy entrepreneur, former mental health therapist, habitual volunteer, caffeine addict, gotta have my coffee, and a beach bum. I wear many hats. And I love all of them. And I'm so happy to be here with you today. The one thing that I want to talk with you about today is to remind you to be more selfish. So what do I mean by that? In my TED Talk, I share a story, and I implore you to go to TED.com and search my name and listen to my full talk and hear my story. But I share about how I was experiencing a lot of health issues and migraines, etc. And I was burning myself out being a mental health therapist and kind of priding myself on being a selfish little do-gooder. And I was burning myself out really bad. And it took the worst tragedy of my life in order for me to finally do what I was doing for my clients and my patients, but do that for myself. And that means stop and reflect, and not only reflect, but take action. So I developed what I call the selfish interview. It kind of stems a little bit from what therapists use as a technique to help people find gaps between their goals and where they are right now, right? And to kind of learn how to take action and realize why they're not taking action. And it's called motivational interviewing. And I kind of build it off of that. So the selfish interview is a really simple 4-step process of self-reflection. Now, I say that it's simple, but it's definitely not easy because it takes you to dig deep and hold a mirror to yourself and be really, really freaking honest with yourself. So it does take that hard work, but it's relatively simple. And I used it to really take a look at my life and realize that I wasn't really doing what I was meant to be doing. My body was screaming at me. I was burnt out, but I was staying stuck in a career because I had put so much time, energy, and money into it. So I've seen the selfish interview help people not only get unstuck, not just in their career, but in relationships and habits, etc. But also when it's used regularly, it can actually prevent you from getting stuck in the first place. I usually recommend people to do this self-reflective process at least quarterly. I have a friend that does it monthly, whatever it is, but make it a regular habit. But then also anytime you're stuck, give yourself the selfish interview. So the selfish interview is 4 steps. It starts with self, moves to situation, goes into alignment, and finalizes with action. So let's go through this together. Step 1, ask yourself questions about self. Who am I at my core? What matters most to me in my personal and my work life? Who means the most to me? It could be your friends or your family or the people that you serve in your work. What are my true values? Is it respect, honesty, resilience, grit, kindness for myself, kindness for others? And do I prioritize my own physical and mental health? So after you ask yourself questions about self, we move on to step 2, situation. So, where am I right now and how the heck did I get here, right? Why did I even go in this direction in the first place? And does this reflect what I really want for myself? Or is this something that other people wanted for me? Like, was I kind of going with the flow? And ask yourself, does my current situation actually match my true self, right? Does it show that I care about the people that matter most to me? Does it actually reflect my values? Does it support my own well-being? So after we're exploring more about self and about situation, now we're able to kind of see the gaps, right? So step 3 is questions all about alignment. If my current situation is not matching my true self, what changes would I and could I make to create a better alignment? And ask yourself what it might cost internally or emotionally or financially to make those changes. And how long would it take to make these changes? Like, really, what's involved here to make this alignment? And can I break down my change plan into a series of doable steps? So after we're exploring more about alignment and trying to align self with situation, we end on step 4, which is action. Think about it. After all this self-reflection, I mean, it's fruitless without action, right? So step 4 is action. What obstacles stand in my way? What's getting in the way of me creating alignment? What's in the way of me getting unstuck, of me making a change? And am I the one creating those obstacles? I will be honest, when I do this, 99.9% of the time, when I ask myself this question, yes, I'm the one that's in my own darn way. I am creating my own obstacles, right? So also then, how can I remove these obstacles? How will I measure progress when I'm taking this action? And this one's pivotal, is what can I do today to start momentum, right? It's really great to be doing all the self-reflection and creating some action steps, but you have to start momentum immediately. That could be as simple as sending out an email, signing up for a class. It could take a few seconds, but you have to do something immediately after, even if it's just a 5-minute task. So that's the selfish interview. I've seen this help so many people. And I just want to remind you, like, a few tips when doing this. Do it often, right? Be selfish about it. Just think about you. Block out all the noise. Be patient with yourself. And just remember to administer the selfish interview every few months. I implore you to go to TED.com, type in my name, listen to my whole talk, learn more about the selfish interview, learn more about the science behind it and why it works. And please reach out to me. I love having conversations about this. I am Candace Yaeger on Instagram and social media. Do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can email me through my website, which is candace.coach. You can also find me at candaceyaeger.com. Let's have a conversation about this. I absolutely love this stuff, and it is such a simple tool, and it has made so many transformational changes for so many people. So thank you so much for being with me today, and go be a little more selfish, all right? Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the High Achieving Female Podcast, powered by No, where we believe it's time for high achieving women like you to be seen, heard, and recognized. Until next time, remember, you deserve to be known.